Hi, welcome back, and thanks for joining me today. This is Jonna with Purple Girl Crafts. Today we are going to make this pop-up card. This does lay flat for shipping. There's not a lot of bulk to it. And on the front, I did some thought bubbles for his thoughts, and then when you open it up, you'll get the big pop-up frame in the top, and this says happy birthday. Now this card is for my father-in-law, Al, so happy birthday, Al. I hope you enjoy this video. So let's go ahead and get started. So the first thing we're going to need is our scoreboard, and our base of our card is going to be 10 by 7. And then we're going to score this in the middle, or you could just fold it in half. So score it at 5, and then go ahead and fold it and crease out that fold. And that will be the base of the card. Next, we are going to need 3 pieces, and this is all the same pattern paper. And these are cut at 4 3/4 by 6 3/4. And that will be for the front of the card and then the 2 inside panels. So we'll go ahead and we'll set these aside. Next, we're going to need to do the pop-up. So the first piece is going to be 4 1/2 inch square. And then the layer on top of that will be 4 1/4 inch square. Next, I cut out 2 pieces of the blue and the gray, and this is just a die cut that I had, and I just did 2 so I could layer one on top of the other. Next, we need 1 piece that is 4 1/2 by 1 1/2. And on this, we are going to score this at 1/2 inch on the 1 1/2 inch side. We're going to turn this piece, and then we're going to make 2 small markings. So we're going to mark this at 3 1/4 and at 2 inches. I'm doing this backwards because of my scoreboard. So you should have your 3 1/4 inch mark and your 2 inch. Now I'm also going to put a mark at 3 1/4 inch on that score line that we made prior, just so I can line this up. So as you can see, we just have that one little mark on the score line. So now, if you want, you can take a ruler just to make sure that this is even. So let me grab a ruler, and I'm going to draw a line from that point on the score line to the corner of the card. So we're going to turn our paper, and we're going to do another mark. We're going to go from that 2 inch mark to the point, not to the end of the card, just to that 3 1/4 inch mark. And we're going to draw a line. And this is just so you can line this up when you are scoring it. So this is what you should have right now. And we are going to cut one piece away. So I'm going to cut this on the score line. And then at that 3 1/4 inch mark, you can cut it straight, or you can cut it at an angle just to get off some extra bulk on there. So you should have that. We're going to lay it back on the scoreboard, and we're going to score this. So now we're going to score these 2 markings. So I'm just going to lay this on my board. I'm going to line up that pencil mark with one of my creases, and I'm just going to score it. I'm going to turn it, and we're going to score it again. But this time we're just going to go from the score line to the edge, as I'm doing it here. So this is what you should end up with, and then you're going to fold these in, and then fold that bottom piece also in. Now we don't need the scoreboard, so let's go ahead and move this out of the way. And then we're going to go ahead and just crease all of these out, and you can erase any pencil marks. You're not going to see them, but you can go ahead and erase them if you want to. This is what we will end up with for the mechanism on the card. So next we are going to glue down the layers on the card. So I'm going to glue down the inside two panels of the card first. So I'm going to fast forward this. I'm going to use tape and get all of these positioned onto the card. So next we're going to work on the mechanism of the card. So we're going to lay this down, and you want this center point where we did the two score marks to be lined up with the center of the card. And then you want the top of this piece to be lined up with the layer of your card. So once that's lined up, the best thing to do, let me grab some glue. And we're just going to put glue on that flap that we scored. Or you could use your tape. And then we're just going to tuck this under and then lay it flat. And then go ahead and push that out. You can use your bone folder again just to make sure that it's creased and lined up. So I'm going to turn the card and we're just going to crease that out again. And next we're going to fold the flap down, and it should line up with the top of your card. And we are going to put glue just on this one triangle edge. Okay, so mine was not quite dry, so I'm just going to go ahead and just push this down one more time. I'm going to grab my bone folder and I'm just going to push it down just to help secure that. Okay, so now you can open the card all the way and lay it flat, and if it doesn't lay quite flat, go ahead and crease out that one left side. And I'm going to crease the bottom again. It does not change the mechanism of the card, but it'll just help it lay flat. Okay, so that is what we should have right now. Now, if you wanted to, you could put pattern paper here. I left this blue because this is the same color as the background of the pop-up. So this will fit. This is 4.5 by 4.5, so it doesn't matter which way you lay this. And you want to line it up so it's just a hair off of the edge of the card. We're going to apply glue to this panel of the mechanism. And then once this piece is lined up, you're just going to fold the card onto itself. And again, just give that a second to secure itself, and then it should automatically just pop up. Now for the next piece is the happy birthday that I put on here. And this is just going to be centered onto this piece. So you can just glue this down. But before we do that, we're going to do the front of the card. So I'm going to put the pattern piece on first. And this I've already put tape on it just to make it go a little bit faster. And we are going to secure this. Now you can open this card, lay it flat to make it easier to work with on the front of the card. So once you have this lined up, stick one side down, and then you can pull your tabs. Next, I'm going to take these two pieces that I had cut out with a die cut. I'm going to overlay them And I'm just going to put these in the center of the card. So I'm just lining that up so I know that that is the center of the card. I'm going to glue the gray piece down first. And you could decorate this card anyway. This is just for inspiration for you. And then I'm going to glue the blue piece on top of the gray. And I'm going to overlay it just a little bit so you can see the gray piece underneath it. Next, I'm going to fast forward and I'm going to decorate the front of the card with my character and then my word bubbles. So that is the front of the card. So now for the inside, we're going to add this panel on top of the pop-up. This is the happy birthday. Then I have my little guy, same guy turned around. He's got his hands up in the air like he's throwing confetti. So I'm going to secure these two down, and then I'm going to also put a bunch of confetti, and I'm just going to do a bunch of circles that I have. I've put a party hat on him, and then I have these little glitters, and I'm just going to put them all over the card on the inside like he threw up confetti in the air. And I'm only doing it to this one side of the card. You could put more on the other side, but I'm just going to do it for that. So that's it. That is our card. Got some glue there. So that is our card that we made today. So that is the card. Just making sure that it is going to lay flat. Just doing a double check. This is a very masculine card. And again, this is for my father-in-law. So happy birthday, Al. Hope you have a great birthday. Thank you for watching me today. If you haven't subscribed to my channel, please do so. See you next time. And until then, happy crafting. Bye-bye.